up, everyone, one and all, to this month's episode of Ask Me Anything or Say Something Funny. Jack Frost
AMA.
nipping at your nose.
Insert.
The AMA. Yes, basically. But welcome as we have everyone out there ask us anything or say something's funny.
Amy Newman is coming to town. She knows if you've been naughty or nice. Hopefully you've been naughty.
Yes, exactly.
Might have to give you a spanking.
The two lists only give size, how naughty or nice you are. It just depends really on if you're getting 3 inches or 9 inches, and I'll let you find out which one is which.
How deep of that girl deck you have to ride. There you
go. But yes, this is the show where our supporters will have the chance to ask us anything or give us their best. Is this on? One-liner?
So.
Yes, I think so. Jerry, what about those lampshades? You can send live questions and jokes to us via Super Chats, channel memberships, or Patreon support, though every subscriber and viewer is welcome to join in. So won't you join us, James W. and myself, Amy Newman, as we sip hot cocoa away from Jack Frost. No, this is ours. God damn it.
Cocoa with the deity.
And hopefully into something sexier. Oh, my. Welcome, everyone, to our winter wonderland, and welcome, everyone, on the intertubes, the interwebs. If you're 1 or up to 3 Spider-Men, please don't forget to like, follow on Twitch, or subscribe on YouTube.
Or subscribe.
Because then you gain access to that bell icon, which when set to all, will send you reminders to see our premieres or join our live streams like all of the amazing people
Gizmo
out there. That's right, Gizmo is here. I'm also queer. But I saw James Wolfe. I wanted to hopefully, we're not quite tucking you into bed, but tucking you into lunch, maybe? Something like that. We hope you're doing fantastic out there. Doorknob Head, Pat, and Shane Bilowitz. From the cheese. I need some sharp cheddar from Munda cheese. That's right. I need some sharp cheddar right now. But sending love to everyone out there. Sending love to Pat, at Discovering Ancient History and his new book coming out, as well as we're kicking it off. We have, with a channel membership, sending in for 6 months. Woo! Thank you so very much, Shane Bilowitz.
Shane Bilowitz, good to see you.
Sending in that, we're getting spicy already. That's right. Shane wants to remind you all. Cheesecake is not really a cake at all. It's pie. It's getting me fatter. I don't know what it is, but it is definitely getting me fatter. Especially if it's Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I will eat Reese's Peanut Butter Cup anything, generally speaking. Yes,
cheesecake
even you.
Good, though. Pie.
I just really now want pie.
Key lime pie.
I'll take pie. I'll take cake. I'll take cheesecake. I'll take cheesecake pie. But yes, that is kicking us off as we are looking to ask us anything, or say something funny. And if you are a apologist or a Dawaist, we'll just mostly argue and debate with you. So that too, because we can't help ourselves.
The best way, though, to debate with us is to do it in a super chat, because that really really boils our blood, you know.
I will also say, as I am about to set up, that this show is our love letter, really. Not just to everyone, but of course everyone, but also specifically
especially
all of the people who have sent in super chats, all of our channel members. The channel membership button, you can actually join right below. And it doesn't matter what tier you get on the girl deck. We hope we give a variety of perks that are worth not just the invisible product in the sky, because you can't really.
I mean, it's like Southwest. Everybody gets the complimentary peanuts.
That's right. And funny enough, over time, James, we have to, of course, worship time. It is our God. The badges just evolve.
Well,
it's crazy how that happens. I was talking with someone. I have to tangent just because evolution, but like,
do it to us.
Talking with someone who I thought was kind of deistic, but maybe they're in more creationist circles, and just arguing over evolution, and very specifically the fact that we are related to monkeys. And I do not understand why that is such a triggering point, that we are related. In fact, now we are apes. That's the other point. But it does seem to get them, I don't know, a little bit mad.
Like I say, you tell them we're mammals, and they don't get that. Doesn't bother them at all. Yeah, we're mammals, fine. It doesn't. But you tell them you go up and you tell them we're animals. No, we're not animals. No, that's ridiculous. Or you go down and you say we are apes. No. Mammals they're fine with for whatever reason.
I do not understand this. This is a phenomena I feel like just started observing, and it's maybe because colloquially we have to just accept it. There's so many things that are mammals in our everyday life. We look at a squirrel and we have to go, it's a mammal. And they just go, well, it's a mammal. We're a mammal. But a lizard, they draw the line at lizard. Why? That seems arbitrary if you're not going to believe in evolution.
Well, it is arbitrary. They don't get it.
I'm supposed to. I'm sorry. That's right. I'll say it. I am a Batman, but we are saving. In fact, we are adding on. There are two, and we'll start to do our shout-outs. We might as well take our time with the shout-outs, and we're updating. We'll also talk about that, all of our stuff, and hopefully offering modified and maybe even better in some areas, because I think that we have new ways of getting and connecting atheists, non-believers, skeptics of any sort.
To go.
That's right. James Wolfe is tagging, says, before I go, one night in Vegas, carrot for Penn and Teller. That is an extremely hard question. Can I tell you that I am biased? Those are the two people. I was about to talk about this, and you're setting me up fantastically, James, especially since there's going to be 3 fundraiser things that we have, and we've collected $13, 8 of which is from the lovely James Wolfe. But see, the other one that I wanted to get eventually was Penn and Teller, and they're the 2 guys on there.
They're next on the list.
So yes, I'm currently biased. Oh, see, but Pat is saying towards Penn and Teller. I have been biased because I've been listening to interviews from Carrot Top, and he said the guy who told him about it said when he showed him his show that he's like, haven't I seen you in Vegas? He's like, no, I've never even been able to get like a show. He's like, never. You are Vegas, man. But then Penn and Teller are the original, besides now that James Randi is gone, as far as I'm concerned, they are the now current original skeptics. There is something about magic. Let me see if I can get this right. Anyone who tells you that they are about to perform real magic is full of and anyone that tells you that they are about to perform fake magic, sit down and have a good gander. Exactly. For whatever reason, fake magic, very real magic, very fake. There we go. And Penn is a sweet guy. Penn is a mensch. I know this. But Carrot Top's a mensch too after listening to them. They're both sweet guys. Pat says hasn't updated his act in any significant way in over 10 years. Okay, so then here's my thing. If you haven't seen Carrot Top, well, lately, or if you've already seen Carrot Top, go to see Penn and Teller. And there you go. I don't know. I like both. I want to see both. I love both. This feels like kind of picking my child now because I want both cameos actually eventually. Because they're amazing human beings. They both do good work and because I think comedy is a service. I think magic and skepticism is a service. And so, in other words, I'm no help right now at all to you, James. We're just sending love to you.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, well, I will say this, unfortunately, if you ask a girl or a feminine creature, a feminine something, where they want to eat, you will not be able to decide within the hour to hour that you are sitting before them. But if you ask a committee of feminine creatures, you're still going to have to decide. We like food. We like food. Go to a food source. No, sending so much love, James Wolfe. You are amazing. We see you everywhere, just like Big Bad Mama. I see him there, and Ian Davenport. I see Doorknob Head all over. Just sending love, whole skeptic and ranting community. And yeah. I hope you have a lovely time in Vegas. I wanted to go in Vegas when I was in Arizona. I was like basically there. I had a lot of fun. I did while I was in Arizona, but I never got to Vegas. Will one day.
Oh, that was a while ago, right?
Was a while ago. At this point, it has been over a decade. Over a decade. That is crazy. But yes, keep on sending in all of those questions, comments, one-liners. We tend to be biased towards all of our channel members or Patreons. You can just send in whatever you want, and we'll show it on screen. But if you're anyone, you can send in a super chat. We'll read it on screen. And if you're a subscriber, a viewer, or an apologist, we'll just talk with you. And we'll start to give out shout outs. We are going to be updating shout outs. This is the last, maybe this stream, and then one more stream.
Probably.
And then we are going to be cleaning up the we're going to be having a few different tiers. The advantage of Patreon is that you tend to get access to some perks at a better price. They also give us a little bit more of the money. But then channel membership comes with emojis, the badge system, the community background. Though Patreon has a community background, we're breaking. We've been slowly gaining on both of those, and so we really do want to thank all of you out there.
Appreciate the support. Yeah, it means a lot.
Exactly. What's up, Pookykins? I can dance underwater and not get wet. Magic. That's right.
Well, according to KJB, pointed out that Mr. Amy Newman can't even get wet. Mr. Newman.
No, it's true. If I actually go underwater, it just burns. It's what happens when you are a Bahamut.
I like the Wicked Witch, you know.
I haven't seen her in a while. You know who I saw? And I almost thought it was her. I got her confused for a second. But then this person is, I wouldn't say better. They're worse but quieter. But I saw Claire in another. I was on Godless Girl invited me to, I think she's inviting a few people just to come watch a stream on
He's very protective.
Male theist versus atheist females. And I was watching the lady that was in here. It saddens me that I don't remember her name because the lady that was on this stream was taking this theist to town. And she was not taking no shits when people were interrupting her. It was, I don't know. It was nice. I like that we're gaining ground.
Take them to task.
Male and female. That's right.
And everything in between. All 57 genders represented in our subscriber base.
And sudden Claire flashbacks. I know. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Is that what you were just looking at? I can't help it. I look looking over
there will be
the shadow sphere.
Oh yeah.
Memes. But like I think that
remember the time that she sent me a meme with like something that had a swastika on it.
Oh.
And then she was
that was
like,
the wrong time to show. Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. The amazing best of show, amazing tale. The amazing who between James and myself, we and Pat Lowinger, we we just hold backpacks while Pat Lowinger holds a whip and a cowboy hat and takes out and punches Nazis. But yes, what is up, Dale? What is up, everyone? And I'm sorry, there's my cleanser for that. Because what was that, James?
I don't know why anybody would think that I'm one of those, or why I would support that. I don't know why I would need a disclaimer not to advocate for them in a debate. And then
it
almost did that anyway.
Can I say what's been odd culturally? I feel like there's been like waves. There has been like this, we gain lots of ground. I feel like we've been trending in the right direction. I feel like we've had this big reactionary push from them realizing that we've had all these gains. But I actually, and maybe this is just because in my own head or something, I feel like there's been a pushback to the reactionary pushback to, no, these are gay, transgender, minority brothers and sisters, whether they're a different skin tone than us. We're going to actually stand up for them, and it doesn't have to be that we are trying to cancel you or trying to do whatever. We're just trying to say that you're an asshole.
Oh,
I think we should have the free speech to say you're an asshole. Now, and I'll keep on getting spicier while we're on the topic. Keep it on. Because I sometimes get in fights with people who I try not to use the R word, which is racist, because I generally will not say until there are certain people that are racist that you should use that label for.
Where it's
you
obvious.
should try, yes, where it's obvious, where we have maybe you're advocating for a word that you shouldn't have claim for, and then you're gone from the channel. Just thinking of a Mars bar.
You're trying to reclaim that word of all words, to reclaim it.
Of all words.
Rehabilitate it, Some things are just better left in the dumpster,
There is no way, I think, for a light skin of no heritage to use that in a healing way. I think a reclaiming of words can sometimes reclaim it for the victim of the person who that word has been used against. Because I sometimes have people, they'll say, well, no one should use that word. And I can understand that to a degree, the same way that they can say that for fag. However, I would say I use it differently than someone that is
in a hateful
anti. Way. Yes, I generally mean it in a comedically or loving
playful
way. The way I always say it is the difference between me and someone else is when I am saying, "Hey, fag, get over here and suck my." I really want them to do that, and that's the
when
big
you call
difference.
Yourself a tranny, you're not. Yeah.
Yes. Well, and that's I'm so what is it? Not cold, not sterile. Trying to think what the word is. Numb to the word tranny. I use it so often because I use those words almost like a bludgeoning tool, because it is basically the kind, cuddly version of the politically incorrectness that they want. I got when I was in when I first started out in the politically incorrect side, in the politics and religion server, there used to be a lady that would complain, that would be like, why does she get to say tranny? And no, it's like, no one stops you from saying that. It's that you just get social blowback when you're being mean. It's not even the word. It's generally, what is the intent? What are you trying to convey here? And if you're just being an asshole, it's always going to be convinced. No one's going to try and ban you. Also, another thing, while we're just going about free speech and all this, and going down, is that companies can put as much TOS, as much terms of service, they can kick and ban and whatever who they want. And I'll tell you why. Because the job of the government is to not get in the way of these companies. It's not the other way around. It is not that the government should say who should be on these websites. It is the people. Now let me tell you, if it's a shitty terms of service, I think we should go away. I am not liking where Twitter is going on there currently. I think a lot of people feel the same way. Use Twitter less. And what do you think, James? I know that I'm getting really spicy.
Well, I think we touched a little bit about that last week when the issue came up about the perennial cake debate, and should people be forced to serve people that they don't agree with their relationship. I say, well, I mean, I'm sympathetic because on one side, the idea of forcing people to violate their conscience, but on the other side, the arguments that those people are making are the exact same arguments that the segregationists were making back in the 1960s. And I don't think we want to go back to that era. I don't think we want to go back to that rugged, like, this is my business. I can serve whoever I want. If I don't want to serve people that I don't want to serve, I don't serve them. Or if I want to segregate them, I can segregate them.
Severely hate the religious argument if it's being used to discriminate and it's not being used to protect. I think this is just my litmus test for religion. If you are saying you can't wear a hijab in this apartment because we don't allow Muslims, or I'll make it even more. If you can't wear crosses because this is an atheist apartment complex and you can't have
yarmulkes,
crosses, and hijabs. Yeah. Okay, you should have religion. But when it comes to cakes, when it comes to people giving you money, it's such a first world problem that it's painful. You are literally getting paid. They're going to give you money. And your objection is just the text. And it's not, I know there's going to be they'll go some extreme where it's like going up to, they want Holocaust denial and a Jewish bakery. But oftentimes it's not a troll cake. It is like a Beth and Sarah happy wedding forever, and that's it. Now,
was it a few years ago that the people, they named their child after a German Austrian guy, and they wanted Walmart to write "Happy Birthday" with that name on it, and that became an issue. You remember that?
Say that again. The German name on it.
The Austrian German guy with the mustache from the 1940s committed suicide. They named their son after that guy, and then they wanted "Happy Birthday" with his name on it. They refused to do it because, but
the son was actually named that?
I believe so, yeah.
It's a hard one for me because, gosh, the son's actually named. I mean, that's more the parents' fault, but you can't screw over the son for that.
We don't have laws on, like, some countries do. You can't name people. You can name them whatever you want. But in this country,
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they are hard social conundrums. There are lots of gray areas where it's not going to be cut and dry. I don't want to even the ones who I think are being dry. I agree. A lot of it, I hate to say, you can see where it's a first world problem.
Sure.
Some of them are just some of them are cut and dry. Some of them are gray. I don't know what to do in some of those types of situations, and you may have to really suss them out. And it may be, and the other thing is, I want people to be uncomfortable sometimes. Like, I don't want to bubble wrap the world. I don't want I don't want to ban speech that I disagree with or offends.
You wouldn't need free speech. You wouldn't need the free speech to say things that are popular that don't bother anybody because, hey, why would anyone want to repress that? You only need free speech to say things that might upset some people.
Indeed. And I sometimes get that we're contrarians just by being atheists. But I would say that we are gadflies. We are Plato's, we disagree with the established institution of religion right now. And we are trying to...
Majority.
Yes.
But so the whole point of that was to say that, I don't quite take the absolute libertarian, like, the corporations, they can just, if they want to just censor everybody and ban whoever they want to ban, they get to do whatever they want. I think, I don't think that's probably the best way to go because, like we said, we don't allow corporations to discriminate on other ways. So,
Sure. But when I mean, I guess I would say I'm okay with regulation. I don't believe that, I guess there has to be somewhere in the middle. There has to be somewhere where we are challenging ideas. We actually are having free speech. But then I don't get angry if someone says I don't want to have a Nazi rally in my coffee shop every day.
Right.
It's hard. It's a hard.
It is hard.
I also
Politics is
Gavin
hard.
and Iron Horse is hard, down between me. But we are asking me anything or say something funny.
There you go.
We are going to go into the shout outs. We were talking about updating that. Oh, yeah. So channel membership and Patreons you can find at patreon.com/Amy Newman. We're going to have multiple tiers. You have ways like this.
Along with drinking creationist tears. Oh, the other kind of tears.
Did you know you have 3 types of tears? I think I've said this before, but biologically, we have 3 different types of tears, chemistry speaking. We have tears for when we are sad. That is one.
Those are chemically different from the tears that just
that
lubricate
are
your eyes
happy. So tears when we're happy, and then tears when there are debris or rubble, or when trying. Yes, all 3 of those tears are all different, all chemically different. And I think that we are just so socially in tune to people's faces. I always suspected Amy was a strict mistress. That's right, baby. What is up, spooky? Ooh. Halloween's still my favorite shopping season because I can shop for Halloween decorations, and I'm like, oh, normal decoration season. Finally. But yes, we want to send love to supporters out there like Oz from the Ideas Network Group. Boom, boom,
Thanks,
boom.
Oz.
Yes, we do send love. Oz and Jena, the Queen of Production, Shane the Skeptic, Pity Buddha, everyone out there. We also want to send love out to Grumpy old Cuss. What's up, Grumpy?
Hey, Grumpy.
As we listen to, oh my goddess, creationist claims that make us go, what the fuck are we listening to?
WTF.
And also Diana Smith, because
Thanks, Diana.
well, they recently banned women from teaching in Afghanistan.
Colleges,
Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. Religion. Sending love to Pat Lowinger, the amazing Pat Lowinger.
Thanks, Pat.
We see him out there. Sending love to Pat. And sending love.
That's right. We have to get in touch with Pat about having that next Talk Skeptic to me, where he was going to bring his buddy on.
Indeed.
Talk about a particular individual creationist like to promote the work of. Somebody who's been at room temperature for going on 20-some years now, but.
Yeah, I think that we need more Talk Skeptics to me. In fact, if you are a Patreon or channel member, you get access to
it.
Episodes of Talk Skeptic to me. Any subject you would like to create, you will be the host, and us 2 schmucks will just listen or ask questions. Or say irreverent things. Mostly just say irreverent things while we listen
That's
to
going to
you.
be the majority of it, yeah.
But also, Pat Lowinger and Dale Pastel.
Demonetized I am.
I just think it's so funny. They spread misinformation and then they complain. They complain that ads don't want to be put on there. Like I said, is that the fault of the ad company if they don't want to be put on Flat Earth channels? Listen, I've actually been more sympathetic to the human beings. It's the same way that I've spent so many time with all of these silly nationalists that I've realized that they're schmucks. Like they're just a bunch of normal dudes.
Regular
and
guys.
So they are. And so it kills me on the inside. Like you want them to be these evil people. But I hate to say Let's not
if
go
you
into
were at
insult mode.
Starbucks.
Highly misinformed. Highly misinformed.
Like if you were at
Yes.
Starbucks and Darth Dawkins was the guy in front of you, you probably wouldn't even notice.
No, I could not. Could I pick him out of a
unless
crowd? I don't know what his body looks like. I only know vaguely.
You're just thinking of the Darth Vader with Richard Dawkins' face.
Well, yeah, I don't even want to use. I just like to call him. I feel like we should just call him Darth Gary Vader or something. We got to think of because that what they want is their name. They want their name to be said. That is their their shtick. He isn't. I'll keep on saying this. He's not a content creator. He doesn't. Not only does he not know how to create content, he doesn't know anyone. He doesn't have any friends who would be able to help him make that, or anyone in the community. I could easily, if I were to lose my limbs and could no longer produce, I could just blink. I could blink how to get in touch with Peter in Discord and other people that would be able to help produce non-believers. And because we help each other. I don't know. Fias just seemed to war. Go to war and schism.
It's their karma. It is their destiny.
Exactly. This is your destiny. So thank you as well, Dale Pastels. We just look for empirical evidence. It's just a little.
Followers. I'm sure that Gary will always be a follower. Yes.
Gary,
your burrito's done in the microwave. I have a meeting to go to. I'll be right back.
Okay, from now on, I'm trying to think. Maybe we should just Gary Oak. That'd be a funny roast. He may not even know. Gary Oak, baby. Gary Oak. He is the rival to Ash Ketchum. The main rival throughout the vast majority of the original Pokemon series. I'm going to take a drink.
Hey, Caterpillar. Spooky bed hair out there. Good to see you, Spooky.
What is up, Caterpillar? I'm going to cough up.
Cough it up. You're still muted now.
Hurts to cough. I think I said this backstage, but I fucking either pulled my back, either lifting boxes or sneezing. I know. Both Rachel and I recently hurt ourselves in very silly, and it should have been both. It should have been just in wacky sex, but we're just gonna, as soon as we get healed up, we're just gonna have to buy a sex swing and just fix all of this and actually hurt ourselves the correct way.
There you go. So you both have to go to the emergency room at the same time.
Exactly, James, but for the right reason. This is nonsense.
You might as well give the doctor a good story.
We need to give them what the fundies
have
demand.
Something removed from Amy.
Exactly.
Can't get it out.
Just can't get enough. It just can't get it out.
It's 14 inches, but it still can't get it out.
Exactly. James, it's really, if you think about it, infinite in size.
Cool.
But thank you to Pat Lowinger, Dale Pastel, Dave Gar.
Dave Gar.
The fact that Earth is round seems to be a triggering point. I post this on.
Well, this is not funny, but it's really nice of her to say.
One second. Okay. What is? Oh.
Caterpillar.
From Caterpillar. Hi, babe. Your hair looks so nice today. Thank you so very much, Caterpillar. I am sending that love right back, and thank you so very much. Woohoo! And this is love letter, ask us anything, or
Say something
comment,
funny.
or say something funny.
For our channel
Where
members and Patreons.
and Patreons, but of course, subscribers and viewers hang out with us, talk with us. We'll say, but exactly, we're talking mostly religion. We get into politics, though it always comes right
over
back.
Everything.
Hi, Gizmo. He always looks so happy when he's on camera. Did you not see the news on British lady praying outside abortion clinic?
I haven't heard anything
arrested. What kills me on the inside is that sounds like a punchline or a setup to a joke. Excuse me, the setup, which is probably not sure about the entire facts of it, but she was just praying to herself.
Talking to yourself,
yes.
Yeah. One day, although not within the next, couple 100 years, but I think one day people praying will be like considered for involuntary commitment, like they'll be kept in padded rooms.
So yes. So
not
jokingly,
now,
So
hundreds of years.
Jokingly, it will be looked on as in padded rooms. Medically, it will be looked on as people are speaking to themselves. Why are they speaking to themselves? How can we help them? Because they seem to be, yes. Trying to give the politically correct.
Maybe we probably won't have 18th century style asylums with padded rooms where they're locked in a straitjacket all day. But you know what I mean. It'll be considered like a mental health issue.
It's literally in Orwell's 1984. What is the
probably being considered prayer to be mental
illness
disorder? Yeah, we're not even close to there yet. I mean, it would be when religion dips down to less than 1%.
Prayer is talking to yourself. Arrested for prayer in public. Okay, what was she doing? Can you give me the name? Because I'll look it up because my guess
was causing some type of disturbance or whatnot.
But it was like you say in public, like is it public? Is it like outside of a movie theater? And the movie theater was like, please, we're trying to do business. Please get away from here. Is it she's just in I would like more context, I guess. Yeah, I would say once again, I don't want thought crimes because prayer is talking to yourself. And so if talking to yourself makes you feel to be socially well is to be functioning. Like that is what we're trying to get people to do, is to actually be able to go out there in the world and become a functional member of society. And so if talking to you, I talk to myself all the damn time. I say things in my head. I call what we have the narrative. That's the inner monologue that we have. Not everyone has
some
it.
People don't have that, and that's so weird to me. I can't imagine not having it.
Indeed. But then I also talk to myself out loud sometimes when it gets overwhelming of emotion. Sometimes it helps me just to say things out loud. So I don't want to I don't want people to be put in mental institutions for that. But if you are about to drown your baby because you have been hearing voices in your head, yeah. I agree, sentence. But don't you think it's her right? I don't know. It depends on not to stick to my situational ethics, but it depends on the situation. Like, where is she? Is she praying in the middle of the street? And so people who are trying to get to work,
but
outside the abortion clinic,
right?
I mean, Daily Mail news article. Okay, we had Spooky was on the gerb. Arrest of Catholic protesters silently.
Well, if there's a buffer zone and you know that it's there, I mean,
And this is also Daily Mail. Also has. I wish there was a little bit more of a neutral or a moderate source that it was coming from, because already we're going down here and they are quoting mostly Twitter. I'll give me a second and I'll share screen. Doo-doot. Shoop-a-doop-a-doo-doot-doo. Anti-abortion group director. Okay, this is not a homeless lady. Well, she is a director. Let's see. I guess you can. Well, no, guess you can be homeless and a group director. I shouldn't just judge her for her thing. But the arrest of Catholic women praying outside for abortion clinic has been slammed as thought crime. Though this is once again slammed as thought crime by, I assume, these people on Twitter. It's just like, I don't really care. Like, I heart you people on Twitter.
but why do we need to know what they think more than anybody else?
Couldn't she have done this at home? Or at like a, I don't know, at a place, at a public park? I don't know. Does the prayer only work if she is next to the abortion clinic?
Oh, I mean, even if you're politically protesting, as long as you're not doing so in a illegal manner, you should have the right to voice your opinion.
I mean, I guess it just depends on the public spot. This is just what I mean. Are you blocking the exit so people can't go in? I mean, I guess if you're on the other side of the abortion clinic, like on the sidewalk, and you're holding
like a
sign,
buffer zone right around it. So
yeah,
if you violate that, I guess
that's not that. That's fine. We want to be harassing in the buffer zone.
I mean, you have to realize this is the UK, and they have different laws than we do. They don't have quite the strict ideas about speech.
I don't have the First Amendment,
right? So.
Well, if you also, I don't know. Do swoop. But we are ask us anything or say something funny. We are looking for questions, comments, one-liners, and just some chatter.
It's pretty ineffective no matter where you do it. So.
Indeed.
One spot seems about as ineffective as the next.
We're gonna do a Fox News video coming up. It's been doing the rounds of Fox News host Jesse interviewing the Satanist. What'd Pat say?
Jesse Waters. He just wants to see the video of it because he thinks it's probably
Love to see the full-length video of the incident. For some reason, I'm skeptical. Yes. Not to say that they don't always project exactly, but if you want to listen to what a lot of these people do, just listen to their language. They have they talk about all the narratives that we push, and then they kind of have talking point narratives. They talk about false flags, and then they set up bullshit stuff. And then generally when they get caught, they're like, well, you guys do it. It's like, no, you were claiming we did it, and then you just did it. Yeah. So yes, I would need a lot more context, and hopefully from a non-biased source. Give me a BBC article. They're a little bit more credible and neutral than Daily Mail. Not saying that the
bit.
Daily Mail can't. I'm not saying that. I've seen credible things on TMZ.
And usually
that's
when
kind of
Amy
their
says BBC, she's not talking about the network.
Yes. Oh no, I very much generally was speaking about big old dilly dongs. I want credit and sources. Okay, I want you to know, Peebo, I'm looking at your super chat, and it just said, from far away, it looked like, what are your thoughts on Lord of the Rings? And I was about to talk for like hours and hours.
Oh, there you go.
But we will talk from Peebo, $5, not in American, so just asking. What are your freedoms to loiter? Pretty sure you can't just be standing around a place for hours. And
well, if it's a public place, then if it's a private business, then no. If it's public place, I mean, if you're not, you kind of have the right to be in public. Depends on what you're doing. Now, if you're, I guess, acting in a manner that is disorderly or unusual, you might attract some attention. That you could have an officer come try to find out what you're doing if you have any unsavory purposes. But in general, it's a public place. You can kind of do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, if you are, like I said, if you are in the movie theater and you're in the lobby and you're like, why can't I sit here and pray? What's wrong, man? Well, it's like, because you're in the middle of the line and we're trying to serve popcorn. It has nothing to do with your freedom of religion.
Public, yeah.
That's not the public. Exactly. Now, if you are outside and you're across the street and you had a sign, or you don't even have a sign, you're just sitting there thinking, please, Jesus, let this abortion clinic burn. I mean, fine. I go for it, as long as you're not actually setting fire to the abortion clinic.
Down,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's never going to be an easy black and white for a lot of these questions, though. There are going to be some aspects of it that are black and white. I feel like there's gonna be, like I said, if you are trying to block people from getting in the abortion clinic, then black and white. If you are, I'm trying to. There's only so many ways I guess I could take the same example, but yeah, if you're across the street, if you're somewhere, if you're in a park that's hanging across, but yeah, not only that, but I see that Infant Relocation Service is saying that he looked it up and he looked for a BBC News article, and this shtick, she was doing this 6 years ago too, i.e., this is her job, to go to places and get arrested. And be a pain in the ass. And so, can I not only say, I just found out there's a segment of 9/11 Insider job people that all they do is get interviewed. They apparently have some background in engineering. I don't know. I'd have to, but all I could find when I actually Googled all their engineering and all their actual background stuff was they do interview after interview after interview for years on 9/11 being an insider job. Yes. And so, well, even if they did do engineering, once again, just talk about the projection is that that's kind of their living, is going around and talking about 9/11 being an inside job. Her living is going around talking about being against abortion.
Nice job.
So she's not
right.
Yes. Once again, we are anti-religious people. That's our main shtick, and I get it. And so we have an inherent bias. But we are not also going door to door to churches and being like, why do you believe in God? You are so silly. I even went through, I said this last time, I went through an angry atheist phase where I used to give which I think we all can deservingly have some anger towards
justifiable
religion.
anger.
Justifiable anger. And I used to give my middle finger to churches and all that. And I always had a smile. I was always like, ho, ho, ho. Yes, I used to take Bibles from hotels. And just a whole bunch of stuff. And I've mellowed. I wouldn't say that that the mission statement has calmed. I would say, if anything, I've become more focused on that instead of the more like glittery stuff. I'd rather make changes in the world.
What does that actually do at the end of the day? Taking a Bible out of a hotel room? I mean, should they be in there? No, but I mean, really, at the end of the day, taking one out is really not going to do that much to dismantle religion.
Indeed. Now, I would love to one day
take the last
have
Bible
enough
out of the
money.
Hotel room.
Well, I would love to just have copies of the God Delusion, like have like a mass copy order and just like be able to put copies of the God Delusion and Bibles, or that. Let me tell you. Oh well, this is I think everybody. So I'll say this quote and then I'll talk about. There was once some sort of socialist that said, the reason the socialism didn't take in America is because every American feels like they're temporary embarrassed billionaires. And so I fit that in that I would like to help people. One of the things, temporarily embarrassed billionaires.
Oh, like just temporarily broke.
We all think we're rich, but we're all about to be rich. And so we all view ourselves as rich. That is the
because you got people who don't have anything, and they're like, people don't have pretty much of anything, and they'll be like, well, why should the rich have to pay more? That's not fair to them.
Yeah, like, even though I'd say most of the social programs, yes, of course, it's going to help the inner cities and all of this stuff. But it actually helps a lot of rural people. And so sometimes people vote against their own interest. And so.
Of course, yeah. Because they think within a few years, they'll be one of those billionaires. They'll be one of the rich. They won't need the programs. Yeah.
Once again, I like a market. Don't think we should get rid of a market. I'm not going to shit on currency while we have currency up in front of us. It's just, I would say I like a mixed economy. I like both. And we keep on going back to, I can't help it, to politics. So that'll become interestingly more relevant. Well, I'll tell you why that's going to become more relevant as we get to the battle between Islam and secularism.
That battle.
It is going to be secularism and liberalism versus Islam. Unfortunately, I don't want it to be that way, but they make
That's where it's going to go.
Well, they have chosen to make it, and it's always been that way, I guess, a political and religious system. And that makes it hard. Makes it hard to separate religion and politics if you inherently want to tie them together. But thank you so very much, Peebo, Peebot. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for the support. And I'm counting this. We're trying to raise $150 to get Carrot Top to roast us. And we are now up to $18. Woo-hoo-hoo! So thank you so very much. We are going to do this stream and then one more, the New Year's stream. And hopefully between those three, we're going to try and get there as we send love out so that Carrot Top can then roast James, myself, and you, the Skeptic and Ranting community.
Why would top roast them?
Gosh, because they're so sassy.
Oh, well,
Um,
if you put it that way.
but speaking of which, we have a few more shout outs. Sending love to Dave Gar, like we said. Sending love to all the round earthers out there. I guess if you're a flat earther, I really do.
Globe cards is the proper word.
I'm almost looking forward to the next. I know. To the next flat earth because I want to win them over. It's hard because you got to have two sides of the same problem. You need to just get better, get good, son, at general physics, just basic high school physics. That has to be a single prong so that you can explain why the world is round, as well as some history. Just why the shadows align, why it wouldn't work, why it works bent, why it wouldn't work on a flat pane, seasons, us being able to circumnavigate, and that wouldn't be possible. They talk about a 3D engine, which is really weird. I don't understand. Like, you can make a 2D. You can have a 2D plane completely, and you can make a game on a completely 2D plane, even a 3D engine. However, there's games all the time that are made on balls that are supposed to simulate just like you were working on a planet. But yes. Anyway, look forward to that and more debates. We're going to be doing a lot more debates.
You have a date for your Rose
no.
777 debate?
No. We still have to work with James Coons, sending love to the modern day debate community. I love James Coons, as well as Sideshow, as well as all Kaz and the mods, Hannah and everybody out there, Surge in general. There's so many fabulous people over there. But yes, also, so yes, we did pick January, February, but I should, now that we're about to hit that, actually. I think James was he was excited to do a 2v2, and so I think he was.
He looked up and down in his sales.
Well, I think Rose really wants it to be a 1v1 because I think she views me as an honest interlocutor, which is nice. I think in getting to converse with her, she disagrees with me adamantly, but she thinks I'm a good person, and I basically feel the same way. I disagree with almost every one of her point of views.
Believes in every single conspiracy theory ever come up with. If you can come up with one tomorrow, she would totally buy into it. You can.
Not only is that true, but that seems to be there doesn't seem to be any half in conspiracy theorists. It just seems to be a mindset. Like
once in a rare while, you'll find one who buys into some, but not the rest of them. I mean,
don't call Adam Lore a flat earther. He is a round tard, just like us.
He's just not down with this evolution thing. Big Bang.
He is, however, down with the clown. Sending love to Dave Gar, Dale 2, and Scott Duke. Scott Duke. Sending so much love and speed of sound as we actually answer with some atheism. That A word. Gary Oak. Gary got really triggered that Atheist Jr.'s name was Atheist Jr. And so that was a really triggering. How dare you call yourself? Yes.
Tough shit.
Yeah, exactly. Cry about it. Or maybe go make a channel. Tell someone who cares. But that's okay. James and I will make money off of you. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
We can make money making
pre-subs.
Fun of him.
Indeed. Doing the Lord's work, James. The Lord's work. Sending love to Scott Duke. Speed of sound from Answers to Atheism. The lead hyena of the pack. Sending love to Regis.
Doing the Lord's work.
We have a thing. Exactly.
Sodomizing Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Because he loves you.
Jesus. My yoga teacher just knows how to bend me over backwards. And sending love to Regos.
Touched by a Deity. The new
Touched by
the new series.
Exactly. Late at night. much later somehow. We have a skeptic Bible study. We're already in the book of Joshua, which is cray. Because there's actually a lot. We're in deep,
2 years in,
and yet I know. And I was gonna say that's right, but there's like 66, and so
we just hit, by the way, last month our 2-year anniversary, December 5th. So
boom! Oh, we should have
25 months. We should have a 2-year celebration.
2 year. We should have maybe do the new year, do a topic or two, maybe and then just do a 2-year celebration. It'd be a good. It's January works.
Now all our subscribers come, and we go one by one and tell us how great we are.
And we'll tell you how great you are.
Yes.
Why not? And what are your thoughts on using the word atheist when starting convos with Christians, Muslims? Why not? Do you feel to trigger a truth seeker? So, we first should, if you are an atheist, you should hold your ground and say you're an atheist. However, that being said, if that's going to impede conversation, then don't let the label bog you down.
Important thing.
It's not the most important because, yes, it's about non-belief. I would say that I have great allies in deists, and pagans make up like a sixth of this skeptic and ranting community, a sizable portion of the skeptic and ranting community. And so it all just depends. My God doesn't have pronouns. He hates them. Oh, I see what you did there, Shane. What is up? Yeah, I always like that.
Jeebus.
It is. They always get so weirdly postmodern, and yet they have to have a gender, and it has to be male. Can't be female. Can't be Mother Nature.
A woman. I mean,
James, can you imagine life coming from a woman? That is silly.
I mean, remember, Amy, women were an afterthought. They were, God had already made everything fine, and then Adam didn't want to have sex with animals, so God had to take a rib out and make him another human to have sex with.
Or as Ken Hovind would call it, biology.
Well, according to Ken Hovind, some people have sex with the opposite sex. Oh, I mean, the same sex. Yeah, Ken, some people have sex with the opposite sex. Don't tell them that, pal.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell your boy toy.
Some people do that. That's like Jesse Lee Peterson telling him that women can get women.
Are you telling me women go down there? Why would you have a woman do a man's job?
Ladies, your mouth was not made for that.
Not made for that.
But my mouth was made just for that. My mouth is just my mouth and James Hake's penis. They're perfectly fit, one perfectly in the other.
James, he had I'm trying to remember what his last debate was because it was terrible. His most recent debate
was the replacement ideology debate.
Maybe there was that, and then some sort of the Great Reset. Maybe that was what it was called.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. But he didn't know what was going on. Yes. But yes, we'll keep on reading all the comments because we're just going to keep on talking with our subscribers and viewers like you. However, if you are a Patreon or Super Chat, if you're a Patreon or channel member, as you can hear the gears grinding in my head. And you send in a super chat or if you are a programmer, then we will read it up on screen or show it up on screen.
Right, Shane.
That fits perfectly in my hand and mouth. Therefore, God exists. Oh, I know. I have to get the most scientifically accurate
evolution debunked right there.
Exactly. The banana. Oh, James, it proves so much more than that. Because it depends on how high you can get it in. The more high you can get it, the more truthful you're about to feel.
It's a natural dildo, naturally occurring.
The atheist nightmare. We could have had wings, but Adam was Fist, that's right. Oh. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Instagram. I don't really do anything on Instagram.
Not anymore.
Here's a picture. Not anymore. I need to do an OnlyFans. OnlyFans taking us back.
Take us back.
Good morning, Cosmic Kyle. We are doing our AMA. We're going to go for about 45 more minutes. Yes, we are.
Do we have any more shout-outs to do? I don't think we did.
We do, yes. We're going to keep on doing those as well as we... Scott Regos, Jesse Lee Peterson.
I don't think he's on Cameo.
How much for Peterson to not roast you? That would be interesting. How much for Peterson to roast? Hey, it'd be funny if he had himself up there. They're the two people I wanted.
Lee Peterson or Jesse.
I could probably get I could get Jesse. Jesse Lee Peterson. Hold on. Let me just load up my account. GRI Grinder. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, and
oh no, that's the hillbilly for Jesus. That's Mr. Batman.
Okay, Jesse said he will show up. But as long as none of those gay women show up. Not women that are gay, just like no women. That'd be fucking gay.
Jesse P. Leaderson,
a weird text.
He comes on the show sometimes. Looks just like Jesse Lee Peterson.
He does, just like Zoe. We haven't seen Zoe in many years.
Yeah, Zoe hasn't been back in a while.
Looks
just like us.
Looks just like him.
But is a devout Christian.
Is a devout Christian. Probably he's a pre-supper, I think.
A pastor, yeah.
And a pastor, yes. But sending love also to Regos and Rachel Holland, the lovely, fabulous, amazing
Rachel
Holland, who reminds us that, James, myself, I take this position, but I don't feel like none have been as brave or will be as brave as James W. right next to me is about to defend the no position on slavery. What year is it, James? In the year of our Lord, you are going to defend
it'll be 2023.
No position? That is crazy.
I'm going to say no. Slavery is not good. Even biblical slavery. That doesn't make it. That doesn't make it good. Yeah, doesn't make it good. Because God says it's okay. Because God's an idiot.
But wait, James, what if we say that God objectively made it okay?
He would still be objectively an idiot.
An asshole.
Think about this, because you remember we did this in our Bible study. So God goes through this whole big thing to get his people into slavery, into Egypt. He has this elaborate plan. Then he has this elaborate plan to keep them in there longer while he's messing with the Pharaoh, so he can rain death, destruction, and suffering down on the people of Egypt, because he's having such a good time. The last thing you would want his Pharaoh to do would be to let his people actually go, because then his fun would be over. So
Be an asshole.
he makes sure that Pharaoh doesn't do that. And then when I guess he feels like he's had his fun, okay, the Pharaoh can let him go now. But then the first thing he decided to do, like a couple pages later, is like, okay, wow, that whole slavery thing in Egypt sucks, but now we need to have rules for how you sell your kids into slavery.
Oh, and also just before 5 times did he harden Pharaoh's heart.
Yeah.
It would be bad enough if you did it once. If he did it once, that's already violating their version of free will. It's already manipulating the story,
to do it over
altering.
and over and over again.
Yes, but the fact that he did it 5 times, how many times do you have to prove that the Pharaoh is the good guy at that point and that he's the victim?
He's being manipulated.
But yes, I do take a few positions, mostly doggy style and anything else. But who are you going against,
or
James?
yoga.
It is praise, right?
Demonetize that. I mean, praise on him.
Praise I am that I am. Who was talking? Was it praise with Tom Rabbit? And he seemed very passive. Just seemed like maybe because Tom Rabbit is such a beast. Like, I think that a lot of these theists, they underestimate, just like Oz is kind of a beast, even though some of these people talk in very lay language. And so these theists think that, like, well, we found 1 or 2 atheists that aren't academics. And I don't know if maybe Tom Rabbit actually is an academic, but I think people
don't have degrees in a scientific field.
But then they get schooled, because I think there's nobody better at the Socratic method than Oz. There is nobody that knows the presuppositionalist script better than Tom Rabbit.
Tom Rabbit listens to it every day.
And so it's just funny.
Probably read Darth's whole script out and probably has the damn thing memorized by now.
Oh, I know what he got praise to admit. And, and pray. It wasn't from all I could see. In fact, not only was it not a gotcha, I feel like praise kind of understood halfway through that he was going to concede. And it was that there is no contradiction between Christianity being true and us being stuck in the Matrix. Think about that for a second. You could be stuck in the Matrix. You could be a person that just
so we could be in a simulation,
and
God could be just a part of the simulation. Yeah, I guess.
There's no, and so that negates this entire Matrix nonsense, because Christians have no idea how to disprove solipsism either. And the Matrix and the brain of fat and all these other.
Can't. Like I was actually just watching some stuff about simulation theory today. I check up on it every
sure
few years. Yeah.
Oh, I think about simulation theory. The hard thing with simulation theory is that, to me, it's not, and no one's saying it is, but it's not proof of a supernatural. It would just mean that there is a base reality under the program, above, below, whatever, however you want to phrase it. But there would still be a natural reality with physics and everything else outside of it.
There would still need an explanation.
Spooky says, praise to the stream tonight. Life after death confirmed in science and the Bible. Yeah, I'm sure. Confirmed in both science and the Bible. What's up, Krish? Should I buy a Tesla? You shouldn't buy Tesla stock right now. You should buy Tesla stock after in like a month or two. In a month or two, buy Tesla stock again, because it'll go back up, I think, is my prediction. But it's plummeting right now. But a Tesla is still a good car. I cannot deny it. I am a little disillusioned because there's numerous things. I thought Elon created Tesla. That's my first pillar that I thought. I didn't know that he just bought in and that there were actually 2 original engineers. That doesn't make Tesla a bad car, though, or that it's not going to be the future, because things are already converting to more.
It as a car.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it as a car. Should you move to Los Angeles? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? The joke is, do you know, James, do you know what the title is for an aspiring actress?
Jackass? Schmuck?
A waitress.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So,
lots of them in Hollywood.
Lots of them. Now, once again, I love that. As someone who's trying to get into the industry, I'm trying to do it through the post-production side. And I like acting. I like all the sort of things. I act, I sing because I find it fun. I try to have my fingers in all versions of multimedia, but it shouldn't be your first banquet. Yes, I try to fill every hole. What's better, Arizona? Where should I live? What?
No, thank you. Go ahead.
But I guess, where do you want to live? What do you do? Are you trying to? First of all, you should live wherever you can get a good, decent job. Or where your partner is. If you don't have a partner, a good, decent job. Or where you like the weather, because you can get a good, decent job in most fields, whether you like the weather. That's another good factor. Do you have a good college that you can get to? I'm extremely biased towards colleges. Yes, that's true. I was looking at it. Though I will say, we are looking on Ask Me Anything and Say Something Funny, sending love. This is our love letter to our Patreons and our channel members and everyone out there giving us love and support. The tech industry, yeah, there's good tech industries. Just I know. This will be my last free advice, then we'll go back to giving the quick shout outs. But you should go to the tech industry in California. There's a tech industry in Seattle. There's a tech industry in Texas. There's a tech industry in Georgia. There is Atlanta. There's a tech industry.
Ironically, not in Vermont, though. No tech industry in Vermont.
No. There's a tech industry in Michigan. There's a tech industry in Philly, New York, and Boston. Go look in any of those places. You'll find a good tech industry. And DC. I know Beamsy, if he wasn't a channel member, he was at one point a channel member on Twitch. So I'm just going to show that up there. I know he's one thing that has me scratch my head is a dictator and dictator sound almost the same. Is the relationship there? Well, that's a great question, Beamsy, and that is, you see, because most dictators want to be that way because no one wants to take their dick. So they have to become a dictator. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, unfortunately. Hate to see it that way. What's up, Nick? Native atheist. Doorknob Head and Spooky, and everyone's still hanging with us. Christian Nelly. Seattle, my favorite city. It's a great one. There's a good one out there. Good tech industry. Trying to think what else. A few more shout outs. We did Rachel, sending love to Rachel, the fabulous and amazing, lovely. And then Senator Cato. Sending love for the separation of church and state for secular liberal society, the like top level, like the separation of church and state, because theocracy and autocracy suck. They really do. I don't think that's too controversial, but for some people it is. And sending love.
You know what doesn't suck? Gravity doesn't suck.
Gravity doesn't suck.
Doorknob is sticking with gravity or hanging with gravity. And how amazing is it though that dealing with these flirts, gravity has come up on their list of things that they.
What I love is that we all believe in gravity, right? And it's like, oh, of course, people are going to come along and challenge it. They're not going to step off a building, but they are going to not believe in gravity. Fantastic.
Well, what if the world is just like, and God is just constantly accelerating the world up, so it would just look like gravity because God is just lifting the world up at a constant rate.
Hear me out. Magnets.
Oh, it's magic. God is just accelerating us upwards at all the time. Yeah.
It makes sense if you don't think about it. Oh, that's right. Pat says another YouTube drive-by brought to you by Nicholas Lamar Suter. On time, in time. You should be checking.
He's out of time.
That's right. You should be checking Nick out, as gravity is just a theory. I know, that's their favorite phrase. That's basically the conspiracy theory mantra, the calling card. It's just a theory. And basically proof they've never been inside a lab, or
of course,
or no people who have even been inside a lab.
Christmas with the family, and I have to hear about once again. Do you know that the germ theory of disease has never been proven? There's a lot of stuff that contradicts it.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry.
Germ theory of disease has never been proven. There's a lot of things that contradict it.
I know you just said it, but I had to take my headphones off and clear my ears off. You said they don't believe in the germ theory of disease. That's
they do not. No.
Wonderful. Do they wash their hands?
Apparently, maybe. I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Hopefully.
So, well, I mean, people with diseases like the HIV virus, when they take their retrovirals, they can live into their 70s. You know what happens when they don't take their retrovirals? They're usually dead within
6 feet under
years. Yeah. They don't last very long. So, it's there's other factors, and it's No, this is like pretty cut and dry. When they take them, they don't get sick and die. When they don't, they do.
Huh. That weird. I don't believe in atomic theory.
Like I said before, that this conversation is being recorded. Yeah, you've told me that 7 times.
7. I don't believe in atomic theory. Nuclear bombs are a myth. Dun, dun, dun. So is nuclear power.
To CURRY. Hopefully he's trolling the Dawa channels now.
I know. We need to go back. James, well, someday we should go on Dawa channels. By the way, one day, if we wanted, we can do an impromptu debate where we just plan to go on exactly. We'll just record it ourselves, but we'll go on a Dawa or an apologist channel.
Okay.
But yes, please, everybody out there, if you are a supporter, if you are a channel member, Patreon, or just a super chatter, send those in. We'll read them out on screen, and we are also trying to collect for the prop lord himself. We're trying to summon not Tim Burton, though he also is one of them. But
George Clooney.
George Clooney as well. We also are trying to summon Carrot Top.
Pat. Oh, Pat. I was going to say Pat.
Pat. We're going to keep on summoning Pat. We just had a fantastic episode. We want more.
More Pat?
More archaeology. More actual research instead of just creationist sputtering nonsense into the air. Did you know about the Shroud of Turin, James? Anyway,
yes,
sending love to Senator Cato and the lovely, the amazing. We tucked him we maybe end up tucking him into bed, but we were saying hello and good day to James Wolfe.
Some lunch. Yeah.
Sending love to James Wolfe. He sends us so much love. He's on all the atheist channels. We see him because we're on all the atheist channels. Sending love to James Wolfe. Woo! Mm-hmm. And sending love to Disciple Day. Sending love to Disciple Day because
Disciple
that's
Day.
right. Theists can be skeptics. Woo! You don't have to be an atheist. Now, I'd say James and I are atheists because of our skepticism, but we all have our shtick. We all get there our own way, have our own views. Sending love to Disciple Day. You send love to us. We send love to you.
Appreciate this.
And then last but certainly not least, we are sending extra special love. In fact, Ian Davenport would like you to remind us to just look at the trees. James, can't you just look at the trees?
I can.
What an amazing argument.
They look very green.
Taste green.
But like these Christians, they can't see the forest because they're too busy looking at the damn trees. Like, what forest? What forest? I'm just looking at this tree here.
What's up, Captain Red Bull? Haven't been up late enough to catch live chat here. Well, you are now. And
you made it.
You made it. We are asking us anything or saying something funny. And we are almost through sending our love letter in the form of shout-outs. In fact, so one more, sending love to Ian Davenport. Boom,
yeah,
boom, boom, boom.
thanks again.
And sending love, the universe, the galaxy in your hand. Because, well, it turns out that young Earth creationists, flat Earth creationists, they don't have any models.
Oh.
They don't really know how to form a galaxy, a solar system, or a planet, except for God poofing. Exactly. Poof. Amazing.
God make galaxy, go, God, galaxy, poof.
I would like, James, can you kind of explain premise 1 a little bit more? No, probably not. But yes, sending love to all of our super chatters.
Premise
all of
2, therefore God exists.
Therefore God exists. All of our super chatters, our Patreons, and of course, channel members.
Infinite in size.
Infinite. You guys and gals are who make this channel possible. And yeah, we're going to go on for about 30 more minutes because we are sending love. Give or take, the girl deck. Like I said, if we get a creationist to come join us, James and I will probably only stream for 1 to 7 more hours or something. Years, something like that. Yeah, not only do we sleep and we dream, but we actually, sweet dreams are made of these. Basically, oh my God, your private photos are here, and I am queer. Spooky's on that. It's like, boom! That's why we love our mods, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we pay our mods and Graham Cracker. Pseudonym, what is up? Oh, the spice begins. I'm not even reading it. I'm just happy that we're getting more theists. Annie, should Christian say it? living with his wife and fans. I feel like is that true? I don't want to dox the thing. Well,
You don't?
Well, like they're saying they're cheating to live or pass. You shouldn't cheat on your spouse. I don't know if that is. I'm up for thruples and foursomes, and anything past a foursome is an orgy. I feel like you can't really at 5. If it doesn't matter if it's 5 adults. Like there's no name for that. There's not a 5 football. It's an orgy, ladies and gentlemen. Not against that. As long as you're not cheating. As long as everybody is an adult and consenting. Go at it. Oh, thank you, Captain Red Bull. Great job, modern day debate. Woo! I feel like I've been fairly stock. I've been trying to get a little bit better. Not only that, but I've learned how to apply the right type of pressure. I've learned how to gain control of the conversation without muting people. Yes. Because what will happen is I may not mute you, but I will put it into a 2 to 3 minute back and forth mode where you will not be able to actively be able to talk over the other person. And so if you want to back and forth, you're going to have to learn to be a good boy or girl. It's the only way. Because it cooled the temperature down so much that I can tell it was making Nathan like, no, I came here for a fight. And so, yes, but they got a little bit better. It actually cooled to a degree to where I was like, all right, go back into at it. And they mostly let each other go back talking. Student was like, I was kidding. I'm coming in with love. Sending so much love, student. Oh, we know. I can't. Though I will say, it's always hard in text, but because I have said some things where it always gets butchered. When you don't have that little bit of emphasis, it's almost like when you say a joke and then they you get read back in like a court or something. It's like that. No, or if someone gets sued. I'm trying to think of someone who got sued for free speech for a comedy thing. It's like you're ruining it. Maybe a Lenny Bruce type of thing, but. Sending so much love, pseudonym. That also brings our fundraiser up to 20. We're up to $20 for our Raise a Carrot Top from the Grave fundraiser. So thank you so very much. And since it is Carrot Top, I have to use a prop. Thank you for not raining in on our parade. And thank you for being such a big-brained individual that we are sending you love. Sending you so much love, pseudonym.
Thanks, pseudonym.
Native says, I have an orgy every day. Rosie and her 5 sisters. Whoa. Yeah, I always like to say that because we do the type of work that James and I do, and just being in the debate community, that slowly, very slowly, I like to think as James and myself both as master debaters. It's not something that I think you can do every day. There are some people that can do it multiple times a day, but I like to think that if you debate in the morning, if you debate in the evening, and it gets to a point where you're debating in the shower, I mean, at that point, you're basically a master debater. What are we talking about? Anyway, ask us anything or say something funny. It's been good. We're on episode 7, actually, which is exciting. Is this
number 7, AMA 7?
Yes, and so I think we're gonna, as we expand our shows, I'm definitely, I think, gonna do the Sunday show, and if we miss Sundays, that's fine. It'll be different times maybe because of the Randolph stream that we have to do, or you'd be good on there. But
Thank you, Peepo.
That's great. It starts with an earthquake. And Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I would say, probably, if we had to. Yes. Thank you so very much, Peebo, for that $5. We're up to 25. We're moving on up. Boop, boop, boop. Cause of something lyrics. But thank you so. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my. Not only we're 25, 30, baby. Boom, boom, boom. From pseudonym, another $5. Curious. I saw you in moderating. Is NASA trustworthy? Because they made warm blankies or destroyed tech to go to the moon. Dun, dun, dun. Just curious on this question. Tag along. Oh, tag us all night long, pseudonym. And let me tell you, I know that was a funny thing. So, and I don't make comments while I'm moderating, or even when I'm in the chat. Try to be neutral. But now that we're not moderating, now that we're in the loudspeaker, NASA has done some amazing stuff. So is the entire aeronautics industry, private and public. And so he boiled that down to, like, in ad hominem, basically, because NASA gives us warm blankies, they're just, it's like, yeah, what has the flat earth movement given us lately? I don't know. How much time do we have? We'll wait and give us, and, I'm sure they can say, well, someone in history believed in flat earth and they created the wheel. It's like, no, I mean recently. It's like when we talk about philosophy. I like philosophy because I think it's one of the better ways to do counter apologetics. I don't think it adds anything to discovery, as in, if I asked what was the latest philosophical discovery in the past 200 years, we'll get the same answer. However, I think it detangles presuppositional apologetics, and
they use it, so that's the only thing it's helpful for.
The Dawaists and stuff like that, who are kind of similar. They are, if anything, a form of the precepts. Because they'll even say you're reversed. Yes, indeed. Well, there's two goals. Can I say, I think Tom Rabbit, someone was talking about this, and I swear they must have been here in our stream, because it just seems like the job of the creationist of any flavor is to sound technical, while the job of the scientist or the person that supports the scientist is to convey information. And it's just two different goals. When you're actually trying to convey information, you try to bake it down to as lay language, to as simple as possible. Not try and fill it with all the sophisticated jargon so people can't understand what you're saying. If you sound like you're at a conference, why even be talking with normal people?
Right.
By normal, I just mean not in the field.
We could just talk to the people who actually know what they're talking about if we wanted to do that, right?
Exactly. We just sit here and talk to Pat all day. We actually wanted to talk with people who know what they're talking about. But you're listening to two schmucks who are counter-apologists.
Which that's the kind of tone that I'm going to try to take. I'm going to take in the slavery debate. Kind of a very anti-intellectual kind of slant to it. I don't want to get in the weeds of like, oh, well, you go down and you take this into the Hebrew and what does this Hebrew word mean? And you go back and what is
Oh, absolutely.
that Hebrew word mean? Because they would love that. They love a debate like that. Like, oh, what is the Abed? And what does this mean? What did that mean in the Hebrew?
I'm going to be. I cannot agree with you more. I am going to be doing the inside job debate, and I'm taking it on 2 top level prongs. The first, I have to lay a foundation. So let's just do a twin tower analogy. My foundation, which is none of the prongs, has to be science. I have to explain the science. However, the 2 prongs that I use in that debate have nothing to do with that. It's about the fact that fundamentalist religion is the reason why that happened, and that conspiracy theory mindset only accepts information from their own worldview and not from experts. And it has to be those 2 top level things. It has to be, because if we sit there and just have a science debate, well, there are physicists who should be speaking instead of us. Biology is my wheelhouse. I'm trying to, for whatever reason, I'm trying to get more fancy certificates of debt in biology. And so I'll sit there and talk about it and talk. I feel comfortable in evolution, but like, even then, you should really still be talking to someone. I'm just training. You should still be talking to someone that has and only an associate. What, my associate in health science? And then maybe, oh my, I can't. James always makes fun of me because I really need to go for I want to go for a PhD, but I have to take a break and pay possibly all these fancy certificates. But what I'm getting off at a tangent.
Take what the people who know about the topic say and make it digestible, make it palatable for people who might not want to read a scientific paper, a technical paper.
Exactly. We are actually trying to make it a little bit more digestible for the same reason why I think we read the Bible, because most people trying to think how to word it, it's just a friggin' dry book. And so we try to add a drop of water into that desert by adding a little comedy onto it. Because what can I say? I mean, did someone say you? Listen. Sending love, Nick. And also another, we're 35. We are grown. Pseudonym, $5. We're growing, baby. Don't you find it interesting? In UVE said pharmacy is a conspiracy, pay or die. When it's through for an argument, only creationists believe in conspiracy. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I will say, conspiracies are real. Okay? As someone who has been charged and then pled guilty to conspiracy, conspiracies are real.
Did you conspire to suck that D, Amy?
I did. Not only that, I pleaded guilty to conspiracy and a literal charge of attempt to sodomize. I stand by it. The only reason it's attempted sodomy is because they wouldn't let me finish the job.
So you had every intention of actually doing it.
I had every. Oh, I know. I am a literal example of when they're like, you're only mad because you got caught, not because of the actual. Yes, exactly.
Oh, you don't feel any shame about.
No, unless that's your kink, in which case, then I will be. But yes, conspiracies do happen. It's that they're the lame conspiracies that should be legal anyway. And like, so the massive conspiracies, like the New World Order conspiracies, those don't tend to be real. Are there rich people and elites, and are they abusing poor people on multiple different levels? Yes. Yes.
The
like
adrenochrome facilities?
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's just are the rich fucking over the poor? Yes, that's just always been the case. Is it lizard people? Is it the Jews? No. And I'm not saying you're saying that, Sunim. I know you and I love you and I know you're a good guy, an amazing guy. But it's just like, is 9/11 an inside job? No, it was the Muslims. They told us. And like when both sides agree, like the enemy and the ally, like if the people they attacked, that generally means that it's them.
I mean, every single like conspiracy claim that anyone's ever made has been thoroughly shown to be debunked. It's fallen apart.
Yes. Oh, can I also another thing that I'll talk about jet fuel. They will say jet fuel can't melt steel beams. The correct
How do you
saying,
know it's steel?
True, yeah, absolutely. Not only that, because that's true. The structure is made of multiple things. But the correct statement is jet fuel can weaken steel beams. And once it weakens it, then it's just going to fall. The other thing I've been learning, or you're going to say, well,
they have the pictures of the molten metal coming out of flowing downward out of the building. And of course, they're going to say, well, how did it melt the steel? But I mean, how do you know that metal is steel? Well, what else is it going to be? Well, I mean, what's an airplane made out of? More than 80% aluminum, which melts at significantly lower temperatures than steel. So, I mean, yeah. And plus, yes. Yeah. But once you heat steel up to that temperature, it loses more than half of its strength. It becomes, it can't hold up the weight like it used to. Anyway.
And then it just crashes. No, not only that, but, and the other thing I learned is the difference between a dynamic and a static load is that it holds it just fine, the beams, but once one crashes, even if the others weren't on fire, you now have a physical thing dropping. The example that was used is you can have a hammer and you can gently place it on a plate and the plate will hold a hammer. But if you drop the hammer, it will break the plate. If you just hold it and it falls, then yes. So that's the difference between dynamic and static load. But thank you so very much, Pseudonym. Oh, I know it's an amazing human being. Thank you for allowing us to rant. In fact, we're getting so much love. Now it's getting hot. I'm getting so happy. We are doing our fundraiser we're trying to raise a summon the Lord of the Lord of Props himself. Spaghetti Monster? Cthulhu? No, Carrota. So thank you so very much, Pseudonym and everyone, as we keep on going down, because now we're at 40. Woo! Thank you so very much, Peebo. Did someone say Tangent? Who is stoked for Henry Cavill to be helming Warhammer 40K stuff? And wait, is that his new project? Henry Cavill is going to be doing Warhammer 40K? I had no idea. And now I am excited. Boom, I need a helmet. Hold on. Because it's Warhammer 40K, I can actually do both of these. That's exciting. That is fucking awesome. Hey, it's not got The Witcher anymore, and the new Witcher bombed. Oh, my.
It did?
Bombed badly, yes, by critics and audiences. Back to the drawing board on that one. But I'm looking forward to Warhammer 40K, and as Peabot says, woohoo! Okay, I might say that too. But we all say that.
It's kind of a established thing around here.
Kind
of thing.
Thank you so very much, Peebo. And it
Appreciate
kind of
it,
makes me
Peebo.
want to crack open a board, get, paint some miniatures and get it going. They're also, just on a side thing, if anyone has seen the trailer for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie with Chris Pine, actually looks pretty good. So go check that out.
They keep coming in.
Oh my! And so, and we'll keep on. So 45. Have you? I don't know if you know this. Have you ever heard of Hume? from Nick.
I've heard of
and
them
you
before.
know what? You know what, Nick? I'm gonna just get a $400. I'm gonna get a suit. We're going to come over there, and we're just going to start wrestling about... We're just going to start...
Humor.
I was about to say, we're going to start razoring thing, but that's Occam's. We're just going to start talking about the is-ought problem. Just so many is-ought problems. Should we do it, Nick? Should we do anything?
What time is it?
Who knows? What time?
What is time?
In time, on time, everyone should be teching out.
Just in the nick of time.
And as much as we can roast this gentleman here, he actually does bring on some amazing people who you should check out. He brings on a commander who does some amazing insights and... I was going to say analytics. Analytics at the commander level, who goes over when war is happening. He has all sorts of. I've had him have news articles break before it's gone on the mainstream media and all this. So he's more than in time, baby. But only when
the mainstream media, they watch him to find out about their stories. Yeah,
yes, but only when he's wearing that suit, only very specifically, and only when he is connecting whether we should do anything at all. But sending so much love, Nick. What is up, Space Potato? And what is up, everyone out there? And oh my Jeevis, moving us up to 65, and also Robin Hansen, I see you. What is up, everyone? For $20, Captain Red Bull, gotta send a little love. Wish I'd stayed up late enough to catch more live streams. Woo-hoo! I'd love to.
Captain.
Yes, when is... we are up so late, I'm not even sure when is late or when is earlier. If that means we should actually go later or earlier, because we're trying... we are going to start doing content at a whole bunch of different times. I was supposed to do upload one of the Randolph Convince Us That a God Exists streams yesterday, but I think I ended up passing out, just falling asleep. It has been the holidays and all this. It's been fun, but we want to now go into overdrive and unleash a whole bunch of more content. We have a whole bunch up to bat, some would say. And so thank you so very much, Captain Red Bull, for sending all of that love. We are going to try and make a new, and I'm going to look for, it's going to be James and myself, but then we're also going to look for rotating guest hosts. We are going to create a Sunday philosophy, but, science and politics show. And so it's going to be to replace another quintessential community aspect, I think, because a lot of us in Western society have just picked a date. If you're Muslim, it's Friday. If you're Jewish, it's Saturday. If you're Christian, it's Sunday. We have a lot of Christians, so I think we're just doing Sunday right now. But it could be anyone, and we're just trying to get everybody to come along. And so we have our Skeptic Bible study. Come together right now over me.
On me?
On me. Yes, on me. Yeah. Sending so much love, Captain Red Bull. We're at 65. That really, really, really does help us. We're trying to get to 150 so that Carrot Top can roast James W., myself, and all of you, all of the Skeptic Ranting community. And, yeah, we're going to be going for, we've been going, I think, because we've been getting so much love, we're going to do a little bit of overtime, but we are going to be wrapping up this episode, and then we'll come back in for, I think, maybe one more quick subject episode, and then a New Year's. Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can sneak in, because that Fox thing is only 5 minutes long. Not only that, but the interview is only 3 minutes long. Like it's probably edited down. They probably did like a 10-minute interview, and they got, because he does not look good.
We could almost do it like as like a New Year's thing.
Yeah, maybe we could record it. Well, I don't want to mix it in with the New Year's because it's its own thing. And I think when you're going down, well, if that's the case, though, then we should just record it maybe, and then just release it, because when the SEO person in me, it just kills me because it's its own juicy little topic that if you're just going down your list and you're drunk or something, just easy to click it and it not be clickbait because we're talking about it, not be off topic, and a smorgasbord. But yes, thank you so very much, Captain Red Bull.
Thanks, Captain.
And we are Ask Us Anything or send us. Yeah. Freudian, ask us anything or send us love, but say something funny. We are this is our love letter to our Patreon supporters, we love our super chatters, but also our subscribers and viewers as we're talking, hanging out,
members, YouTube members, Twitch members,
yeah, everybody out there. Catch more when I'm not at work. I'm at home. For anytime I hear 28 days, I just think of that movie. End up getting my days and nights swapped. Hey, completely no. Life can be chaotic, but hopefully we are making it brighter. If you listen to George Carlin's bit, he worships the sun. He said because he can see it. That's kind of important to him. I'm trying to think what other subjects to think about, because we have reached our shout outs. We have I could talk endlessly.
Debate I've got coming up. You've got maybe hopefully a debate coming up soon.
Yes, but we've
so much support's come in from
I know, and I want to again thank everyone and Joe Pesci. That's right, from Scapegoat. Because he wouldn't want to pray to the sun, especially on a day like Sunday, his day of rest. So, George Carlin actually prays to someone very specific. Joe Pesci. And he finds that as he prays to Joe Pesci, that Joe Pesci answers his prayers at about the same 50% rate that if he would be praying to God. And
Was
so,
it Canseco?
exactly. I'm trying to think of different religious subjects. There, like we have the Satanist one. We're setting one up with Mark right now, and I think
Zelinki?
Zenki. We are going to be having more impromptu debate use, including, like I said, James and I may be going on to some Dawa and
That sounds good.
apologist channels, and then the Street Epistemology show. Skeptical on the Street is on pause up until it stops being 8 to 10 degree weather outside. But the moment that
when global warming resumes,
indeed, once it becomes 50 above again, which is kind of funny. Basically, once it becomes James W's version of cold, I'll be willing to go back outside. I'll be honest with you though, 70 to 80 is my perfect weather.
Well, it ticked up into the 60s last night, but it was raining.
Most people like 60, I think 70 degree weather. That's their perfect. That's why they moved to Florida. They moved in California and all these warm states. But I like me some 70 to 80.
You like it a little warmer. You're hellbound. You're on the highway to hell.
And do the guests have to rotate? So, and yeah, I'm looking for different kind of guests, just like whether they're experts, but or just people that are philosophers or whatever. I'm trying to make kind of the equivalent of secular chaplains. Because
I think he means sit on it and rotate.
Oh, sit on it and rotate? Oh, I definitely need to sit on it and rotate. I'll do my last thing, and then I think we're going to get out of here. So, if you are a channel member or Patreon, like I've been saying, you always get access to our Talk Skeptic to Me show. That can go on no matter what weather. However, if you would like
sweater weather.
If you would like your podcast produced, if you would like your own channel, your own shows and all this, Gizmo and I can help you out.
If you want it to be
Girl
Deck certified.
Exactly. If you would like to come join the Girl Deck, I've sent that link into chat. You can go check it out. It's on screen as well. And yeah. I've been fun. I'm on client customer partner number 3.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So I'm starting to get up there. Starting to get some people, have some fun, produce some content, earn my Space Lizard badges. And it's thanks to all of you guys and gals. Exactly. So send in love, and I'd love to do that. What do you do when they're not entertaining the world on their live streams? Oh, I do so much. I have too many hobbies. I need to stop. James, what do you do? What did you do? I'll answer after.
Work.
You have any?
I work full time.
What do you do? Yeah. Do you have any type of what are your ways of relaxation?
Oh, just do some gaming on the phone, some different phone games that I play, read, watch movies and stuff. Yeah,
that sounds good. I didn't think you went for the one that was obvious. Like you like the sports ball, don't you? Like Miami Dolphins?
Oh yeah, football on Sunday. Watch some games. Miami Dolphins, if I have time. Some Atlanta Braves, maybe some Miami Heat basketball, but. Local team.
Go local team.
And not the Miami Marlins, though. Fuck the Marlins.
Oh, that's so funny because it's just like I have no attachment to. Well, I actually have an anti-attachment to Pittsburgh, but like I'm a Philly girl. I'm all about Sixers and Eagles and Flyers and all that. But I have no attachment to any Pittsburgh team.
Florida Panthers,
None of that.
Penguins. Is it the Penguins? Pittsburgh Penguins?
Yeah, and don't
Do you
give
like
a.
the Flyers?
I like Flyers because I'm from Philly. It's the only form of acceptable tribalism. It's the only cute form of tribalism. Everything else, it's always mean and horrible.
Pretty terrible. Yeah.
But yeah, I think with that, it is going to conclude. Oh, I forgot. I could say, and I could just do. I have an overboard, unfortunately.
What's that?
I like anything multimedia touches, and I'm trying to about to go back up because I'm creating a bit for comedy. I like to think my ethnicity is comedian. I like to sing.
My
sexuality is that exactly.
Yes. Her sexuality is yes.
My sexuality is yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Either I'm on your knees or you're on your knees, one or the other. I'm flexible. Trying to think. Crop? I like writing. I'm really big into mythic structure. I'm really big into plot
your book.
And scripting. I'm in 4.2. I'm halfway done chapter 4 now. I have to edit something. I have to go back and fix something in an earlier part of chapter 4 because I have to fix a plot hole. But I can actually do that because
fill the hole.
Yes, exactly. Well, I brought something up in like chapter 1, and then like you don't really address it either ever again or like one other time. But I feel like you have to either have a rule of 3 or it has to have a natural progression. There was a scene I wanted to do. Basically, and I guess I'm giving a spoiler warning for my own book, but no one gives a shit. Exactly. But she takes pills every morning, my main character, because her aunt has told her that she has a genetic disorder that she has to, and this delves off all these problems. But at the beginning of the book, she she takes antidepressants as well. At the beginning of the book, she throws out her antidepressants and her genetic disorder book. She just says "fuck it" to the pills, and she just throws them in the trash can. She has this allergic reaction from the food. She eats food that supposedly has magical properties because it's on the ring. And it's supposed to be the fact that she's not on her pills and that she eats this food that she starts the cycle that she starts getting wings. Yes, that she's a half angel, but the angel DNA is dominant, so it's not like she gets smaller wings. She's going to get a full set of wings. And so I have a scene where her aunt, the scene I'm working on right now, is that her aunt
15 inches,
is trying to explain why she lied to her about the pills. But I did it because if you became an angel, the government agency would have known who you were and would have hunted you down and all this stuff. But I want to add a scene right before this where because you need to have where the main character has to deny their hero's journey. They can't just go on it. They have to say they have to be reluctant. They have to be a reluctant hero. They eventually can confirm it and say, okay, I'm on board. But originally they have to come up with reasons. And so one of her reasons is supposed to be that the doctor, or is supposed to be that she says, well, I need to go home and get my pills. I have a genetic disorder. And there's a doctor on the ship. He's kind of a kooky guy. He doesn't have any superpowers or anything. He's an angel, but he's a doctor. Because a lot of the characters in my book either have magic or they fight. Like Samuel has 2 different pistols that he uses, but his pistols and even him out. But this doctor doesn't do any of that. But the doctor is like, well, what drug do you need? And she's like, well, I'm like, what butter, whatever fucking I can, because I have to create the name of the drug. And the doctor is like, oh, but that's not a genetic disorder. That means you have this. And so then it creates conflict, because then she can go, well, why? She can say to the ant, well, why did you have me on this and all this? But I have to go back and add the doctor saying that line or that thing.
Stuff you realize later on.
Yes, because if I don't add, exactly. Exactly. It's a plot hole, so I have to solve it for continuity. 100%. And so that's the great thing of having an outline and being able to write all this. And what I do is I write the story and change the outline, and I change the outline, which helps me affect the story, and it goes back and forth. A rocked in here like a plumber who's only in the business because it's their father's business. Exactly. See, that's an interesting story right there. And welcome, Randolph. What is up? We're actually about to head out.
Randolph's done that a couple times now, a couple streams now.
Woohoo! I feel so bad.
Yeah. Hey,
but it has to be late for you too, right? You're in Eastern. Are you in Eastern? What time zone are you, Randolph?
Oh.
Well, I know you are.
I think he's in Saskatchewan time.
Oh, really? So is it like 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. there? So it's not that late, maybe?
A couple hours behind us.
Gotcha. That's more of a normal human time, unlike us. Send love doorknob head. He's like, I uploaded it twice, baby. That's right. And I'm going to send out the Twitch link. That'll be a final link because we're trying to get
final link
we're at 86 followers. We're almost at that 100. So sending that in there. And yeah, anything else, James? I keep on adding stuff, but
no,
I think we've done. I feel bad. This is we've done back-to-back, holiday themed, kind of almost Ask Me. Even our last stream was kind of an Ask Me Anything and kind of a free band. We'll go back. Exactly. We're going to go back to our open mics and all of the regular fun content. Hopefully our ranting in this was also useful, whether you're cooking or in the bed or, jogging in 8-degree weather. We hope you're enjoying. Haven't had time to tune into any YouTube streams for the past 30 hours. Woohoo! Someone trying to copy my name. Well, I hope you are having a good time. Gizmo, the 24/7. That's right, because Gizmo is such a cutie.
Where's Buttercup? I haven't seen Buttercup over there.
Oh, I know. Buttercup's running around. She was just there. But Wreaking havoc. For you, I have a question. What's your favorite distribution of Linux? Unix.
Linux.
I don't have much experience with Linux. Linux is a good operating system. I'm pretty sure Linux is what Android runs off of. It's also what Pi uses. I love a Raspberry Pi, the little Slackware all the way. What's up, Kind9? Woohoo! I feel bad. People came in. We had a wave of super chats. I do want to send love one more time just to Captain Red Bull and Pseudonym and Nick and Peebo and all of you out there. Yeah. I think that's going to be our end. Stay forward for one more winterish stream. But then your normal anti-religious fun content. And with that, I hope that you all had a fun time. Oh, of course, if you are out there, the Skeptic and Ranting Discord, I'll shout it out in a second again one more time, but the Discord will be opening. If you would like to continue the conversation, the link of which is in the description below.
The Discord.
May even want to eventually start. I keep on saying I have to talk with MathPig. MathPig was doing a stream, another lovely person out there, to get roles set up so we can start doing more Discord debates. Send love to Randolph. So you should go check out his channel. We're going to be uploading one of Randolph and Taco hosted Convince Us That a God or Goddess Exists this week. So look forward to that and some debates and everything. Also, if you want to debate, please join our Discord and tell myself, or very specifically, James W. has been really good at starting up these moldy Discords that have actually produced results. So contact us on Discord and we will figure out a way, especially if you're a theist. If you're a skeptic and an atheist, contact us. Please do. We want to create more lists. If you are a theist, please double contact us because we will get you to the front of the line.
If you're a sane theist, yes, especially then.
Woohoo! Yo, Captain Red Bull, that sounds fantastic. I am absolutely, I would love to work with you and make fantastic content, or more likely help you make content, because that's the real. You'd be the all-star. I just want to sit back there and press buttons so that you can look good. Oh, like a debate review? Oh, well, I'll tell you. So, Randolph's, when we upload your streams, we just upload the whole 4 hour. But yes, with debate reviews, we're going to be uploading. James and myself have lots of debates from Modern Day Debate, Praise I Am, Standing for Truth, all of these channels that we're going to be uploading. Then after we upload them, we then, as premieres, we then want to do live streams of us reviewing them, maybe on 1.25 or 1.5 or something. And so we want to do debate reviews. We basically want to squeeze as much content out of everything that we can.
Oh, yeah.
We do, yes. Gizmo's orders. So, yes, and not only that, but more impromptu debate use. I personally, and then I'm going to drag James along, are going to be doing multiple things. We've already done Discord debates. I'm going to keep on. I'm going to be joining the Politics and Religion and the Politics server just for some impromptu debate use. And then James and myself may go on some Dawa and Apologists and do some impromptu debate use, as well as we're looking for more Debate Me, bro, people. That's sending love, Randolph. Absolutely will. And I will have your link in the description, as it should be, because we should be tagging each other. Exactly. Well, the atheists don't have to go to war with each other. It's just so nice. Yeah. So with that, I think I have squeezed as much as I can out of this outro. I really, really do. And then some. I really do.
You made the most of it.
I do hope that you all had a fun time on this episode 7. Holy moly. Ask me anything or say something funny. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. As we had some fun, Misfits one and all, where this show was for our love letter, for our supporters, our channel members, our Patreons, our super channers, to ask us anything or give us their best one-liners. I do want to thank my co-host, James W., as well as all of the amazing, wonderful, fabulous mods out there, our subscribers, and of course, viewers like you. PBS, you make this possible. The lovely people in chat who are just talking all over. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the show. please don't forget to like, follow on Twitch, or subscribe on YouTube. And then set that bell icon to off
Set it.
so you can join our live streams. Woo! Or see our premieres. Or hey, why not leave a comment once the video is done? You can also leave a super thanks, and we will leave thanks on the next episode. Right back to you. You, after the show, the Skeptic and Ranting Discord server will be opening up, the link of which is in the description below, along with all of our fantastic channel members. Lastly, the best way to help support content and make us make even more wackiness. Woo!
So it makes more content. Yeah.
Exactly. Is by heading over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Amy Newman. I am Amy Newman, and we will see you all on the next episode of Skeptic Ball Z. Good night.